No one manages to distill music into perfect poetry as radically as Chopin did 120 years ago. His Prélude, Opus 28 No. 7, is perhaps the shortest stroke of genius in history. If one analyzes the 16 measures, one discovers 5 tricks that transform the Prélude into the counterpart of Japanese ink painting. A sixth one challenges the pianist without the listener noticing. The Prélude is so reduced to the essentials that its aesthetics can be compared to those of an ink drawing, as masterfully executed by Japanese artists. The key here is the perfect use of the smallest details to achieve plasticity and liveliness, and to attain perfection through imperfection in a paradoxical way. Irregularities, intertwined forms, and empty spaces create, no less paradoxically, the impression of great complexity with minimal means. The Prélude is just 16 bars long and repeats a 2-bar motif 8 times without any rhythmic variation. According to most analyses, the harmonic progression is the key to understanding the piece. The emphasis placed on harmony for the structure of the music is generally a mistake, but in the case of this work it is particularly unproductive. The chord progressions here are limited to a simple dominant tonic scheme, repeated 3 times. The climax comes at the end with an extended cadence pattern featuring the second degree, dominant, and tonic, introduced by the secondary dominant leading to the second degree. The climax is marked by the F-sharp major dominant chord, which is harmonically the most distant. The structure essentially follows a theatrical scheme of exposition, development, peripeteia, and catharsis, as we know it from the poetry of the ancient Greek philosopher Aristotle, nothing unusual in other words. Chopin achieves expressiveness through a melodic device. While the 2-bar motif remains rhythmically unchanged, the composer plays with the interval structure. The anacrusis is extended to the beat 1 in a sort of suspended note. Its resolution occurs with 2 exceptions in a highly irregular manner with a variety of other intervals. A minor third downward, a fourth upward, a minor third upward, a major third upward, a minor third downward, a major sixth upward, a major third upward, and an octave upward. The most suspenseful and dramatic ascent with the major sixth unders the climax on the F-sharp major chord. A central technique Chopin uses to break up lines in the Prélude is also a popular stylistic device in jazz: chromatic approximation from below. He employs it 5 times, distributed in such a way that it deliberately does not follow the narrative structure of the harmony. It thus forms another interwoven layer of stylistic design. A very subtle means of fragmentation is the interweaving of the middle voices. Here, notes in the alto or tenor register are brought forward and held, while the other chord tones are repeated. The effect is further blurred by the use of the pedal. The listener is unlikely to notice this subtlety unless the pianist clearly brings it out with great precision and skillful articulation of the notes in the voicing. Chopin enriches the piece's peripeteia and catharsis with additional elements used only once. He supports the release leading to catharsis with a delicately drawn secondary voice in the alto, which highlights the 7th of the B minor 7th chord as a mild tension note. The small appoggiatura in the penultimate measure seems almost cheeky, anticipating the resolution to the tonic with a slightly impatient root note brought forward by a half-step. It looks like a small ink blot on the parchment of the piece. It is one of Chopin's many imaginative, playful ways of ending a piece. If you want to discover more, study his rather underrated mazurkas. For pianists, Chopin throws another special stumbling block into the path, making the climax doubly exciting for them, and only for them. Practically all the chords in the Prélude are at most 5-part. The tonic chord that introduces the F-sharp major secondary dominant is 7-part, and the F-sharp major itself is even 9-part. The notes are distributed in such a way that they cannot be played with individual fingers. There is no choice but to press down on 2 of them simultaneously with a flat thumb. The additional movement and effort required emphasize the weight of the climax. For pianists before Chopin, such a contortion of the hand would have been unthinkable. The fragmentary entanglement of architectural levels is a frequently overlooked yet fundamental compositional principle of artful music. It is this that generates the tensions and expressiveness that bring music to life. This also applies to Bach's most famous prelude, which is constructed rhythmically just as regularly as Chopin's prelude. However, internal structures reminiscent of modern jazz harmony break up this regularity in a fascinating way. This video has the details. Check it out. And subscribe to our channel because the best is yet to come. And feel free to write in the comments what Chopin's music evokes in you.